And as I was working, literally surrounded by yoga books, I remembered that Siva's just saying hi. I remember that Danny had mentioned a couple weeks ago about the pains in her body from working on her bed all day long. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to close up my books for a minute, move them off to the side, and just do a short routine to help on those days, if you live in 24 feet like we do, to stretch out when your best work surface is your bed. So the thing I'm going to begin with is, you probably have some props behind you when you work in bed. It makes it easier to sit. So we're going to take those props and just put them under your sits bones. And what that's going to do is give me a little bit more ease in upright posture. Of course, as soon as I start creating my video, Siva decides she wants to chat with the people outside. So I hope that's not too distracting. So we sit up, and you can even do this as you're working from your bed, is to give yourself a prop. It makes it easier to sit up straight so we don't fall into that tendency of rounding in and collapsing down. Really begin to notice your sits bones come out of that collapsed posture of working and sit up straight, balanced. Shoulders are going to come back and down. Always feel that uprightness of the spine. Allow the head to come to center. The shoulder blades begin to migrate toward the spine and down toward the sits bones. The head is balanced. Maybe you take a moment just to close the eyes. Clear the space from working. So as the eyes close, the attention is redirected from whatever project surrounds you to an internal reflection. Practice of getting to know yourself. Taking 3 deep cleansing and releasing breaths. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling completely through the mouth. Let go. Allow the project to float off into the background and the mind to clear, calm, and settle. Find your breath. These short breaks in work is where inspiration happens. This silence, this stillness, it's not empty. It's not completely quiet. It's filled with the answer that we're seeking. So relax all the muscles of the face. Allow the tongue to come to rest. To relax in the bed that's created by the lower jaw. With each inhalation, calmness enters the body. And with each exhalation, release and surrender. Let go. Notice the sounds that surround you. The sounds of nature. The sounds beyond the space that you're working in. And bring the hands to heart center. And take a moment to set an intention. With that intention set, release it and allow the hands to come and rest face up on the knees. Allowing the eyes now to gently open We're going to help those legs out of this cross-legged pose we've been sitting in. Maybe you'll notice initially that the knees are a little bit tender. I didn't even dress for the video. This is how I work from home. So PJs and all. So allow those legs to come out in front. See if you can maintain this upright posture. And then bring, even if you have to adjust your props, I'm going to adjust mine so that I'm facing the camera, but you're probably already in a spot. That's okay. Bring those legs out in front, toes are facing the ceiling. Really feel the power of the core. Find an upright spine. Lift up in the front. Take everything down in the back. Legs are straight. Toes are facing towards the ceiling. And notice if you're really gripping in the knees. If you are and you're pushing them down into the bed, just soften those knees a little bit so that they are not hyperextended. So they have this soft bend to them. And then take an inhalation. And as you exhale, hinging from the hip, keep the spine up. We're going to just put this nice soft stretch to the low back. So just come to that first soft edge. Don't pull with the chin. Just allow the body to hinge. Eyes will be looking right at the big toes. Shoulders stay back and down. Notice where you're feeling that stretch. Is it in the hamstrings? Behind the knees? Maybe in the low back? Wherever you're feeling the tension, wherever you feel that edge, just allow your breath to begin to soften. Take an inhale. And invite relaxation so that as you begin to migrate, the head coming closer to the legs, it happens naturally. It happens by releasing and letting go rather than efforting and pulling. Begin to soften. Even if you have to speak to the muscles behind the legs, like, hey, muscles behind my knees, it's okay to soften. Just let them rest so that the body begins to fold, really opening up that back line of the body that's been holding you up this whole time in bed, the whole time you've been working. And with your next inhalation, inhale and let the hands bring you back to upright. Take those arms behind you. Turn the fingertips away as you do. Bring the arms close. Open up the heart space. Bring those shoulder blades close together. And just arch your back, looking up at the ceiling. Try and keep the shoulders away from the ears and lift through that front body. Let the attention and the thought be in the front body's lift. Take an inhale and bring yourself back to center. We're going to come from here directly into a butterfly pose. So the soles of the feet will begin to touch. And you can bring them to wherever you feel engagement in the hips. So we come into this hip opener. If your legs are up here when you do this, take another pillow from your bed or another prop and sit that underneath those sits bones as well, so that as you open, the knees come down. We're going to open that back one more time. Soles are touching so that you feel grounded and connected. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, notice the difference in this forward fold. Shoulders are back and down. Hands can wrap around those toes so your fingers are clasped around the edges of the feet. Elbows can rest on the lower leg. Head will begin to, again, look back down right in front of where the hands are clasped to the toes so that the spine stays neutral, that it honors all of its curves. Try not to collapse just yet into the pose, but really just find an edge. And it should be a soft edge. Never any pain, a balance between effort and ease. It takes effort to hold this pose. But with each inhalation, you come deeper inside And with each exhalation, let go. Release the need to effort. That's what we did while we were working. Now we're just softening into our own body, listening to the places that are asking us to pay attention. Notice the low back, the left and the right, between the shoulder blades, which are softly migrating towards the spine and still down toward the sits bones. Take a breath and let go. With your next inhalation, use the hands to begin to help you walk back to upright, and also to bring the knees out of butterfly pose. And maybe before we do that, now we're just going to curl over. So no need to worry about positioning. Just lean forward, hug your knees, drop your head, round the back. Folding over and taking a couple of calming breaths. The next inhalation will bring the spine to upright. Just bring the legs into a comfortable sitting position. Shoulders are back and down, spine is upright. We're going to begin twisting from these obliques here on the left side. So find your left side. Keep the nose centered over the breastbone until I cue it to move. It's going to be you're going to have a tendency of wanting to lead with your face and your head to see where you're going. But try and keep that centered and let it move with the whole torso. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, let that left side body take you to wherever your first edge is, that twist. And the right arm will sit on the left leg. Left arm rests comfortably behind you. Check in with the head. Make sure that the nose has stayed centered over the sternum, over the breastbone. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, let those shoulders come down away from the ears. Find those sits bones. Make sure they stayed centered on your props. Take the left shoulder blade. Inhale. And bring that left shoulder blade closer to the spine. Exhale. Let the right shoulder blade come forward. Anytime that you want to deepen your twist, just take an inhalation. Allow the left shoulder blade to come closer to the spine on the inhale. The right shoulder blade to come further from the spine on the exhale. And once you've found the twist that feels perfect, take an inhale. And as you exhale, rotate the head to look back over that left shoulder, allowing the shoulders to stay back and down, the sits bones to stay connected to the props beneath you, so that you're balanced, upright, and the spine is rotating. To come out, we'll do it exactly opposite. We'll take an inhalation and bring the head back to center. Exhale. And then inhale the whole spine to center. Balancing out our spine. We're going to find those obliques on the right side. So we're finding that right side body. Again, nose is going to stay over the sternum until the last part that's cued. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, turn and twist toward your right. Left hand rests on the right knee. Right hand rests behind you. Shoulders are away from the ears. So take an inhale. Relax those shoulders down. Find the sits bones. Make sure they're both anchored to the props beneath you. And take an inhale. And as you exhale, bring that left shoulder blade closer to the spine. Exhale, let the right shoulder blade come forward. This is how we deepen the pose. Any place that feels right for you is the depth that you want to practice at. There's no reason to strive. You've been working all day on a project. It should feel calm and juicy and fun. When you're ready, take a deep inhalation. And with the exhalation, allow the head to rotate. Oh, what a great view I have here. When I rotate to this side, I get to see the dewdrops dripping off of the leaves outside. Everything is green and beautiful. Notice what you notice. Notice what you see. It's more important to notice how you feel in the pose than whether you're doing it right or doing it wrong. The only real wrong is something that would be injurious. So if you're in pain, you always back off. Find a softer expression. To release the pose, take an inhale and bring the head back to center. Exhale. Take an inhale and let the entire spine come back to center. And before you finish, you're going to release those legs one more time, take them out in front, and you're going to set up for Shavasana. So you're going to take your body, bring it down. You're already on your bed, so this is going to be perfect. Let the body come down into a comfortable space. Arms are out the side, legs are soft and relaxed. And as you come into Shavasana, allow the eyes to close. Shavasana is the most important asana you can practice. There's nothing to do now, no concentrating on your breath, no thinking about projects. This is the practice of being, not doing. So just allow yourself to fade away, to take a couple moments rest. Don't worry if you don't hear my voice. I'm going to give you a minute of quiet time, a minute for your Shavasana, and then I'll bring you back out. Begin to allow your awareness to deepen. Allow your senses to awaken. Notice the sounds that surround you. Feel the temperature of the space in which you practice, the temperature of the air as it touches the skin. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rocking the head from side to side. Maybe inviting the knees up into the heart space and allowing yourself to rock from side to side, massaging your back. And then we'll release Shavasana by rolling over onto your right side. This transition between endings and new beginnings. So release Shavasana, release your practice. And notice the familiarity of being in this side-lying position, the fetal shape, the first shape your body had ever experienced. This is your new beginning. Extending the top leg and allowing your hands to help. Come back to that easy pose where we began our practice. Back to seated. Find your meditation seat once again. And as you come back, bring your hands to heart center, maybe allowing the eyes to have a soft gaze or to still be closed. And as the hands come to heart center, allow your intention to be recalled. Bring it back. Think about it once again. May all thoughts be divinely inspired. May all words be authentic and true. May all hearts be touched with love and joy. And may the time that we devote to our practice of silence and compassion bring peace to all beings. Om Shanti. Namaste. Stay tuned. Maybe next time we'll do rest stop yoga. Have a great day.